2020 was rough for everyone. From scandals to scrutiny, a lot of celebrities felt the impact of 2020 in many different ways, and some even lost quite a lot as a result. So today, let's throw back to 2020 as we count down the top 10 celebrities who lost everything in 2020 Part 2. At number 10, Lori Laughlin. 2020 was not a good year for actress Lori Laughlin. Back in March 2019, Lori, her husband Massimo, and 49 other people were charged in a college admissions bribery scandal. After the case went to court and Lori and her husband were found guilty, they were sentenced to serve jail time. Lori serving 2 months and Massimo 5 months. Lori began her prison sentence in October 2020 and was finally released in late December. Having gone through this whole scandal, Lori lost a lot, and not only has this affected her life, but her family's lives as well. As a result of the scandal, Lori was fired from the Netflix show Fuller House, a spin-off of the original Full House sitcom, and there have been reports that she's been blacklisted from Hollywood. Whether that's really true remains unknown, but the bottom line here is that her career is tarnished and so is her credibility. But her actions made other people lose things too. Her daughter Olivia Jade, who's an influencer, has lost out on brand partnerships, and her public image has also been tarnished because of her parents' scandal. If you guys are enjoying the video so far, please do consider leaving a like, as this really does help us out a lot. And after you like this video, head on over to the Viper Girl channel and check out our content, and maybe subscribe while you're at it. At number 9, Gabby DeMartino. Gabby DeMartino is a YouTuber who recently turned to the OnlyFans platform. She was having a decent amount of success, that is until she lost her entire platform. OnlyFans suspended Gabby's account after she sold a video of herself as a toddler flashing the camera, and this incited a lot of concerns legally and ethically, as people accused the influencer of scamming fans and tricking them into unknowingly possessing inappropriate content of a minor. Gabby was selling the video on her OnlyFans page for $3, and after fans realized what she was posting, fans began tipping off media outlets, ultimately leading to the suspension of her OnlyFans account. This was part of Gabby's income, so as a result, she lost a lot on that front since her account is no longer active, but she also lost a lot in terms of credibility because she was allegedly scamming her followers into soliciting this inappropriate content without them knowing. She faced a lot of backlash, especially from those who were advocates against this kind of content, and so her image is very much tarnished after last year's scandal. At number 8, Jeffree Star. In 2020, Jeffree Star faced cancellations a lot. First, it started when he released a new palette called the Cremated Palette because fans believed that this new collection was released at the wrong time. Since the palette contained death-related imagery and the collection was released around the first wave of the COVID-19 pandemic, he faced backlash. Then later in the summer, Jeffree was canceled again, this time for his past racist actions and remarks, as the height of the Black Lives Matter movement saw celebrities and influencers being looked at under a microscope, especially into their past, to uncover and take accountability for their actions. Well, as a result of this cancellation, the makeup company Morphe decided to cut ties with Jeffree and his brand in solidarity with the Black Lives Matter movement, as well as to distance themselves from this drama. As a result, Jeffree lost a large income as his products would no longer be sold in Morphe stores or online, and he lost a lot of credibility in the makeup world since he was dropped by such a large company. At number 7, Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne got into some legal trouble in 2020 after he was caught in possession of a firearm. Lil Wayne was arrested and charged with possessing a firearm and ammunition by a convicted felon after officials conducted a search of the rapper's private jet. Since he'd been convicted and sent to prison on gun charges in the past, he was no longer eligible to own a firearm legally, and so this new charge can land him in prison for up to 10 years. The rapper pleaded guilty to the charges in 2020 and will be sentenced in January 2021. This arrest is unfortunately the potential start of Lil Wayne losing everything, since he could potentially end up in prison for a decade, and this could definitely take a toll on his career and his life outside of prison. At number 6, Lea Michele. Actress Lea Michele was canceled in 2020 after reports and accusations came out about her disrespect of others that she's worked with in the past. This all started at the height of the Black Lives Matter movement after she released a statement about the injustices that the Black community faces, and one of her former Glee stars replied, accusing her of racial microaggressions while they worked together in the past. This ultimately sparked a chain reaction of other people coming forward to talk about their horror stories while working with the actress. Some people came forward with stories about how she would disrespect and talk down to people on set, and others spoke out about her behavior and how she would delay production, but snap at others who held her up, and some reported encounters with the actress where she would refuse to talk to anyone face to face and would force them to speak with her assistant instead. Because of all the negative attention Lea was getting, this ultimately led the brand HelloFresh to end their partnership with the actress and release a statement denouncing her actions. Lea lost credibility, respect, and work because of this scandal. At number 5, Mary-Kate Olsen. Mary-Kate Olsen was in the news this year because she was going through a very messy divorce. The former child star applied multiple times for emergency divorce over the course of the stay-at-home orders in New York and was denied denied multiple times. Mary-Kate said that she was in a hurry to end her marriage over fears of losing her personal belongings because her husband, Pierre-Olivier Sarkozy, was forcing her to move out of their house. Olsen, who was already stressed about her failing marriage, was forced to find new living arrangements in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic during its first wave in the spring of last year, and she was continuously denied petitions of divorce as a result. Finally, in 2021, she reached a settlement on her proceedings and things are ending, but at the beginning of this, she was about to lose it all. At number 4, the Sussexes. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, made headlines last year as they announced that they would be stepping down from their royal duties and leaving the royal family. The event the media dubbed Megxit saw the couple and their young son move out of the UK and settle down in Montecito, California. Now the media reports that the Sussexes have lost nearly everything that made them royal. Since stepping down as senior members of the royal family, they would no longer be able to travel around the world on the Queen's behalf. They would no longer receive funds from the sovereign grant. They now have to repay the money it costs to renovate their home in the UK. They no longer have an official office at Buckingham Palace. They can't receive security funded by the Canadian government, and they no longer hold protection from the paparazzi. Everything that made them royals is essentially gone, and this year they may officially lose their royal titles as well. At number 3, Stassi Schroeder. The Vanderpump Rules star Stassi Schroeder was fired from the reality program after reports of racist behavior on set. Stassi, as well as 3 other cast members, were let go from the show after they falsely called the cops on one of the only black castmates and for making racist remarks. As a result of the scandal, Stassi was kicked off the show and even had her podcast removed from streaming platforms, leaving her with nothing to fall back on. Stassi said that she felt that she's lost everything after this scandal. Along with losing her podcast, she was also dropped by her agency and publicist, and her wine created with fellow Vanderpump Rules alum Kristen Dout was also taken off shelves. Stassi lost everything and was left with a tarnished image and bad reputation in the media, and so now in 2021, she's making steps to rebuilding her image. At number 2, Hartley Sawyer. In June 2020, Hartley Sawyer's past was dug up on Twitter, and it was ugly to say the least. Horrible, misogynistic, racist, and violent tweets were found on his Twitter account as far back as 2012, and as a result, he faced cancellations. Some of the horrible things Hartley said online include saying things like, quote, "Jingle bells, Batman smells, women shouldn't vote, and if I had a wife, I would beat the hell out of her tonight." Hartley's tweets also included some violent and graphic messages, but those are far too much for YouTube to handle. Anyways, because of this scandal, Hartley was fired from his role as the elongated man on the CW show The Flash, and he's pretty much lost everything. Since this story broke, Hartley has been MIA from social media and Hollywood as a whole. And finally, at number 1, Kanye West. 2020 saw the rise and fall of Kanye West's political career. In the summer of 2020, Kanye announced that he was running for president and even held a rally that ultimately didn't end well, as he ended up crying on stage as he talked about everything from religion to slavery and abortion. Kanye was also in the news for going on long Twitter rants after getting very heated about his beliefs, as well as family drama between his wife and his mother-in-law, Kris Jenner. Ultimately, he ended up losing everything, and by everything, I mean the election. Kanye racked up about 60,000 votes, but clearly that wasn't enough for him to win the election. Unfortunately for Kanye, he's on a losing streak as news broke in early January that his marriage is about to be over and that he and his wife are looking to separate. Not only has Kanye lost everything in 2020, but he also seems as though he may lose even more this year as well. Now, I want you guys to leave me a comment down below telling me about something that you don't miss about 2020 and something that you're hopeful for in 2021. I want to feel those good vibes down in the comment section, but in the meantime, let's do some comment shoutouts from our video of the top 10 celebrities who went too far, part 2. MLG Gamer says, I heard they used a real bear in The Revenant to attack Leonardo DiCaprio. That is the craziest thing about the role, bar none. 100%. The fact that they got an actual bear, like, this man risked his life for an Oscar. Glad that he got it, because if he didn't, like, I don't know what he could have done. Like, that was the peak of his career. Tiff Cook 2 says, I've been told I'm awkward at getting friends, but damn, keeping their hair. Yeah, I don't know why she was keeping the hair. Who knows? I don't think I want to know. It's a little creepy, to be honest. Slim Arcane Z says, I swear Brie is one of my favorite hosts. Thank you so much. It's nice to hear that, especially not having the same quality stuff going on. I'm filming at home, so like I thought, you know, you guys would start hating me, but I guess not. Cool. Rob Sherfy says, since when has Catwoman been considered a hit film? I like it. I think it's a hit film because it is cool to see a sexy black woman in a powerful role, because you don't really see that often enough. No tea, no shade, but you know. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching the video and for sticking around until the end. I've been your host, Brie Room, and until next time, stay safe. Don't forget to go check out the Viper Girl channel and stay girly, friends.